Welcome to Formula One.
Welcome back to Joe Average Racer. Today we're in Austria. Traditionally a good track for me, but we'll see how we do today. One thing I want to mention, if you could like this video, I'd certainly appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up and check out my Twitter handle @WKrebs.
Good morning to all our viewers and welcome to Austria for today's practice session, which starts shortly at 10 o'clock on this 4.3 kilometre track, formerly known as the A1 Ring. We should be set up for an interesting session as the teams attempt to gather as much data as they possibly can about this circuit.
They'll have to go out and start testing the track limits, so you might see quite a few cars running wide or locking their wheels as they see how hard they can push. As they get used to the track, the times will get faster and we should see less mistakes.
Before we even got to this track, a lot of people were suggesting that teams with the Mercedes power unit will have the advantage.
So I ran 3 different practice sessions, and my fastest lap to this point was on lap 2, but on lap 14 I was able to gain another 3/10, which garnered me another position from 5th up to 4th.
That's practice over and a successful session for Lewis Hamilton. He's bound to be pleased with the car's performance today.
Okay, so the goal is to stay ahead of Williams, and it looks like I'm doing that, at least in practice here. A 4th place practice finish looks to me like we're going to have a bit of a tough race.
Thanks for joining us on this Saturday afternoon where qualifying is about to start here in Austria. So sit back and enjoy the afternoon session. Most of today's current crop of racing drivers haven't driven this track before, so adding in the element of rain should provide us with a fascinating qualifying session.
Okay, so here's a look at my qualifying lap that I had, my best qualifying lap. Getting down for this corner here without getting her too far off the track and slipping. It's rainy conditions all throughout qualifying. This is only my 3rd lap, but it ends up being my best one. Driving in the rain can be a little tough, and some corners are worse than others. And this one here is one that I really had to woe up early for, otherwise I'd just go off the track. Definitely using all the track here. I improve on this lap by 1/10.5, which is my 7th lap of qualifying. It didn't really matter though because I held 4th position.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Alright, we got Mercedes, then Ferrari, then Williams. Looks like the team cars are running close together at the front of the pack today. Alright, in qualifying we stayed ahead of Bottas, so if we can just do that in the race we'll gain some points.
2 hours outside of Vienna is Spielberg, a spectacular circuit with dense forests and rolling hills as a backdrop. What a destination for today's race. Time to get ready for the Austrian Grand Prix. We knew this was
Okay, so it looks like we're going to have a weather-affected race. We got heavy rain to start. I don't know if it's going to actually lighten up over the race or if it's actually going to stay this heavy. Hopefully we can get some weather change and get some strategy in there that may help us.
To keep a close eye on how this unfolds over the course of the race.
Fernando Alonso has been consistently out-qualifying his teammate this season.
Maldonado must have got a penalty in qualifying because his time is faster than Mary, but he's sitting at 20th.
Fernando is such a great driver.
Ricardo starting in 7th, which is behind us along with the Williams, so that's good for us. Hopefully we can have a solid race and gain some real points.
Excellent.
Oh my, rain race. Listen to that rain come down. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a full rain race, being they've got us predicted stopping at lap 18-19 with wet tires again, so wish us luck.
Okay, the race start is confirmed.
Alright, I'm trying to get this thing switched over to lean and the race frickin' starts. So, not bad. I get a little loose right there, but Bottas gets by me, so only losing one position when I was changing over my fuel mixture and trying to get to the start of the race actually isn't too bad.
Green flag, we're racing again.
So we take a look at that. I'm just going to outbrake him and go for the pass, but I just completely misjudge where I needed to be on the inside and wrapped up his wheel. My wing is completely gone.
Badly damaged, you've lost a lot of downforce on the car. Pit and we'll fit you a new front wing. These conditions don't look like they're shifting. We're predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy rainfall.
No wing in the rain means no stopping power. I'll see you in the pits. Okay, you can see that the wing is completely tore off here, so we're into the pits on lap 6, or the start of lap 6, and we're in 16th out of 19th place.
Go now.
All right, 19 cars. We need to stop and take a peek here and see what happens, see who's out of the race. Bottas is still in 4th, so it didn't hurt his car any. Looks like Saints is in the garage. If he's in the garage, I doubt that he's coming back out, but that's one position we'll get. Hopefully we'll salvage a top 15 race, because this is going to be a tough row to hoe in the rain. Okay, we got good wreck avoidance here because I didn't realize that he was going into the pits. It took me 3 laps in to catch the next car, Mary, and we go up on the inside of him.
That's 17th place. You've moved up into P17.
Note we have the fastest lap of the race so far at 1:18.355.
Right, there's about 3/4 of our starting fuel left in the tank. That's 3/4 of our fuel load remaining. Keep pushing. You're putting a good distance between yourself and the car behind.
All right, we're running up to get by Stevens here and take position 16. The only problem is we forget to brake for the corner, so he's going to give us a bit of a challenge on this short straight here, but eventually we get by him. Okay, it's lap 18 here, and cars ahead are going to start pitting for their normal pit stops. I get a decent run on Maldonado here, so I'm going to get by him. Probably outbrake him here, but what I didn't count on was Ericsson going into the pits right there in front of me, so I split those two pretty good. I consider myself pretty lucky. Okay, lap 19 now, and cars are really starting to pit, so I'm running decent lap time, so I'm going to stay out for a few more laps before I pit, see if I can jump ahead of them.
Go, go, go.
Okay, coming into lap 22, I pit, and when lap 18-19 started all the pit sequences, I was in 14th place. So waiting to pit until lap 22, I jumped those guys and gained 3 positions. Okay, 4 laps later, and I'm catching this group of 3. We'll see if we can outbrake Grosjean here and get by him in this next corner. P10, and we're in the points. Okay, we got Verstappen and Nasser here, and I late brake to get by him, but basically blow the corner. I kind of shat on Verstappen there, but tough crunchies. Very next lap, lap 28, the laps are winding down, and I get by Nasser. P8.
He's fighting against a loss in downforce now. His front wing is in a poor state.
Okay, we're looking to get by Hulkenberg for 7th here, but we're going to have an incident ahead.
Incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags. The track is clear. Green flag.
Okay, I get screwed by the engineer here because he says green flag, and as soon as he says green flag, I hit the gas, tap him in the back, but what I didn't see was Mary and Hamilton getting into it there, and that is apparently what happened to Hamilton to end the race. So having to woe up for Mary to let him back by me pretty much defeats me being able to get by Hulkenberg later in the race.
Okay, you need to give that position back. That was an illegal overtake.
Notice how far ahead Hulkenberg is now that I had to woe up for Mary. So pit in? I don't think so. I'm going to go to the end of the race.
Raikkonen's in the pit lane. Raikkonen is in the pit lane.
I get by my teammate here exiting the pits, but the problem is I'm battling for a couple laps and then finally just let him by because he's slowing both of us down, and that allows some cars from behind to catch us. So P6 going in this corner and just completely blow it. Not so much my fault as my tires were just wore out and I didn't compensate for it. So Raikkonen gets by, and then Grosjean gets by. Avoiding Grosjean here lets Nasser get by me, so I'm sitting here P9 on the second to the last lap. I've lost 3 positions.
and is running on full revs. Mix 3, he's going to attack.
This is probably the most exciting 2 laps to end a race that I've had in quite some time. But I do finally get by Nasser here on the last corner and secure P8.
5% of fuel. We've gone through almost the entire tank. Only 5% of the initial load remaining.
So considering that we tore off our front wing on lap 5, recovering back to P8 to finish the race, I'm pretty satisfied with.
So it was the German national anthem that was played on the podium for our race winners today, Mercedes.
It was a fantastic performance and one that they should be very proud of. Every part of the team pulled together to achieve today's result.
After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So we finished 8th and scored 6 points. Kimi gets 5th, which gives us 16 constructor points. The Williams team of Bottas and Massa got 2nd and 3rd, so Bottas moves up and Massa edges ever closer to us. Lewis has another terrible race after the incident on lap 30, and Ricciardo finished 4th, so we don't gain on him either. If we limit our mistakes, we can have good finishes, but breaking off the wing pretty much dooms our chances of being up front near the end. With Williams' fantastic performance in Austria, they move up to 2nd in the constructor standings and we drop back down to 3rd. Red Bull is pretty much behind us and we don't have to worry about them, so we just got the 2 in front of us to worry about, and if we have some clean races, I think we can move forward. Well, if you made it this far, you've made it to the end of the race, and I certainly appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope you got something out of it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you got any suggestions for anything, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you.